Hi, welcome to this special 3 week journey we've put together just for you on behalf of Sahaja Yoga Meditation. Over the course of this next 3 weeks, you are going to see a beautiful combination of lessons, learning, guided meditations, music, all put together by many presenters across the America. And we hope that this is the beginning of a beautiful journey of self-discovery and, of course, an opportunity for you to learn a transformative life skill that truly has changed my lives and many others. And we hope you can inculcate it into your lifestyle practice and use it as a tool to manage your ecosystem, to find balance, and of course, health, wellness as well. First up, I wanted to spend a little bit of time sharing with you what we are going to be doing over the course of the next 3 weeks. Today's session is going to be focused on the basics of meditation, how to meditate, help you get started, and we're going to teach you a powerful technique that in the second half of this session. So we're going to have 2 guided meditations. We're going to share some basics of what Sahaja Yoga is, and also we're going to teach you a beautiful technique, a powerful technique that was truly life-changing for me. Week 2, what we're going to do is get you a bit deeper. We're going to teach you more about what's going on inside of you when you're meditating. We're going to teach you about the yin and yang of your personality and how to balance them. And also teach you more powerful techniques to help you go deeper in this journey. And the special week is going to be week 3, when we are going to bring in the aspects of music, both classical, vocal, and instrumental, to enhance your guided meditations in the 3rd session. And also we're going to bring in artists who are going to share their own connection with music and how it helps them in their meditation journey. So all in all, it's a beautiful 3-week journey with variety of things you're going to get exposed to. But wait, we got more. In between these Saturdays, if you really want to go deeper, if you want to help, we have personalized guided meditation sessions on Zoom every Thursday that you can be a part of. It could be because you want to help getting started, or it could be because you want to go deeper, go faster. Because we highly recommend you meditate at least thrice a day in these 3 weeks, thrice a week, in these 3 weeks, because that's going to give you a jump start into making your meditation journey come alive. We're also, after the finishing of these 3 weeks, have a whole bunch of follow-up programs online and via Zoom that are personalized, that will have smaller crowd, chance for interaction, question and answer sessions planned for those of you that really want that full journey, that full package. But at the very least, we look forward to you joining us on YouTube Live for the next 3 weeks, where we're going to share so much and that you're going to enjoy. So what do we have planned for today? We have planned to give you the basics of meditation. We're going to talk about what is Sahaja Yoga, the background of Sahaja Yoga, where it comes from. We're going to have 2 guided meditation sessions. One goes really deep in, right? So you'll enjoy that. And last but not the least, we're going to teach you a powerful technique like I talked about, where we're going to help you get started right away. So that's what we have planned. But without much further ado, let's get started. Let's get right into it. Why don't you guys get comfortable wherever you're seated, on a chair or on if you're seated on the ground, just relax, open your hands like the figure there shows, and be in that open position. And let's really jump in. If you're trying meditation for the first time, I want this to get you out of that zone where you're afraid or apprehensive about it. Let's just jump in and see how simple it can be, right? Sit back, relax. we'll ask you to close your eyes and do some deep breathing. Very simple thing. Just follow my voice and relax. So your body should be very relaxed. It shouldn't be stiff. It shouldn't be uncomfortable, because that takes your attention away. We want to take our attention inside and try to find that silence inside of us. Good? Want to get started? Okay, let's go. Close our eyes and just turn our attention to our breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out a few times. So let's just, in between breathing in and breathing out, pause for a few seconds. Breathe in, hold your breath inside for a few seconds, slowly breathe out. Hold your breath outside for a few seconds, slowly breathe in, hold it in. This time hold it in as long as you can. Slowly breathe out. Now hold it out as long as you can. Just stretch it a little bit. Just watch that silence when you're holding your breath. Because that silence is powerful. It's going to be the beginnings, the seeds of your meditation journey. Breathe back in. Hold it in. Stretch it. Hold it in as long as you can. Feel that silence. Know that silence. Breathe out. Hold it out as long as you can. Now, the most important part of this is when you are in that silence. So try to feel that more. Try to be absorbed in that silence more. Because that is the beginning of that journey into your inner self. Now do this at your own pace a few more times. Now just go back to your normal breathing. And just try to feel that silence. You'll see you have already calmed down and your attention is more inside, in the present. If you're still feeling a lot of thoughts, that's okay. Just watch them. Now gently open your eyes. How was that? Good? Easy start? Okay, fantastic. So let me share with you what meditation is and why it's important for us to start meditating. Most importantly, meditation is about breaking free from this cycle of thoughts, either regrets about the past or anticipation about the future, either confusion about where you are because your attention is all over. It's about enjoying that beautiful present. It's about feeling that joy inside that comes from being in the present. But where does this lead us to? It leads us to finding that more balanced personality within us, feeling that peace within us, and achieving that state called thoughtless awareness. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit more time later explaining what thoughtless awareness means, but think of it as the state we need to get to be really in the present. It will begin with your meditations, where you'll feel that silence more and more, you'll be in the present more and more. But then slowly it will manifest in the rest of your day, and you will see how being in the present is really win-win in all aspects of your life. Now, how does this really work? What are the mechanics behind this? What you have inside is this complex system that you see on the chart here. It's your inner energy system. It's not rocket science. It's been in the Eastern philosophies for centuries together. You must be familiar with the Chinese meridian system. It has it. If you went to a chiropractor, he speaks in language similar to this. It's used in acupuncture, many other aspects. But at the basics is what you see on this chart. It clinically manifests as the autonomous nervous system inside you. What you see as dots or stars or the energy centers, they call chakras in Sanskrit. At the base of your spine, there is this dormant energy called the Kundalini. It's a motherly energy that's dormant, that needs to be awakened through the practice of yoga and meditation. And when awakened, it's like a switch got turned on. This energy system awakens, these chakras start expressing themselves, and you are helped to break free from these extremes of the human personality, the yin and yangs, and you get into a more balanced equilibrium, which then allows you to be more in the present. Without sharing too much theoretical knowledge, I just want to say this is how it works, the mechanics. That's important, but more important is for you to experience it. Because meditation is in the experiencing. It's not in the knowledge, it's not in the doing. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about our inspiration, why we do this, why me and several volunteers around the world teaching Sahaja Yoga meditation spend their time. Our inspiration is Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who you can read more about in srimataji.org. She was a big part of the Gandhian movement in India, participated in the freedom movement. She won the UN Peace Medals, nominated several times for the Nobel Peace Prize. But most importantly, the legacy of her work is that she traveled far wide, at last count 600 locations across 5 continents, teaching this practice to the everyday man so that everyday people like you and me can inculcate this in our lives and transform how we look at life, how we experience life. And one thing she did was said that this knowledge should always be passed on free of cost, because it's every individual's, in her own words, birthright to have this. Because essentially, you're not getting this from something outside. You're tapping into what's already within you and rediscovering yourself in the process. So our inspiration is Srimataji, and if you want to know more about her, there's a website dedicated to her, srimataji.org. She passed away into the ages in 2011, but her work continues through the work of several volunteers across 90 countries of the world. And I'm here to share my time because we are inspired by her teachings. Now, one of the things unique about Sahaja Yoga meditation is what it means to your experience. I obviously told you already about the experience of thoughtless awareness. But what also happens, and this is an important distinction, is your ama skin temperature actually cools down when you have a good meditative experience. When you try generic focusing techniques, chanting techniques, or visualization techniques, it actually increases the mental activity. It increases your body temperature. But in Sahaja Yoga, you actually feel that coolness on your hands, the tip of your fingertips, in your head, right? That's a key distinction I want you to remember as we go through this journey. Remember, it's not about mindfulness, it's about mind emptiness. The more space you give in your brain, the more silence you feel, the more powerful the experience is, and the more balanced and present you can be in all aspects of your life. Now, I wanted to spend a little bit of time explaining what is thoughtless awareness. We talk about it, but when you have your eyes closed and you're meditating, you might wonder, what was he talking about, right? So I just wanted to indulge that curiosity, intellectual curiosity you have. Again, this knowledge is not important to experience it and enjoy it, but many of us want to understand what we're doing. So if you look at the graphs here, what we are essentially talking about is how it works. Is a thought raises and slowly falls, and another thought raises and slowly falls. It's like a sine curve for us, those of you familiar with curves. But when you achieve that silence, we go after, just like we did in the first meditation session, the silence in between your thoughts. Mahatma Gandhi once said, the mind is like a monkey, right? It jumps from one thought to the other. If only we could silence it enough to listen to that silence. So that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to find that narrow gap. It's called vilamba in Sanskrit, between two thoughts, and expand that silence. And that's the beginning where the seeds of silence are sprouted in you, the seeds of Sahaja Yoga are sprouted in you, and it grows, eventually becoming transformative to who you are and how you look at life. Hope that's helpful. A lot of theory is there. You can read it off books, you have websites, but it's in the doing, it's in the experiencing where I recommend you begin your journey. That's why we keep these sessions very practical, very real. So without much further ado, I want to jump into our second meditation sessions. And the way I will set this up is we'll be going through a series of steps using our hands. We'll be asking ourselves really introspective questions. And indulge me, some of these can trigger a chain of emotions in you. Some of these can be really soul searching, but they're very important to discovering the inner you, the inner self as we call it, or the Atma as it's called in Sanskrit. So indulge us as we go along, and we will share what to do. So first up, I want you to again sit back comfortably, hands open on your lap. If you're sitting on a chair like me, you can just rest your hands on your lap, feet in full contact with the earth. If you're sitting on the ground, you can just sit in a position as you see on the screen and relax. Again, your body should be completely relaxed. Now, I want to show you some hand positions that we will be doing during this exercise. I want to teach them to you first so that you get comfortable with it, and then we will do this with our eyes closed. One of our guided meditation instructors, Saumya, is going to lead us through this exercise, and we will all do this together with our eyes closed. But first up, let's get used to it. So first we'll place our hand on the left hand side of our heart. This is the seat of the spirit, or the inner self as we call it. Next, we'll move our hand to the upper portion of our abdomen. This is just below our rib cage on the left hand side, right? Now we'll move our hand further down to the lower portion of our abdomen. This is your hip area, again on the left hand side, where your upper torso joins the lower torso, the belt area, if that makes it easy. And now we'll move our hand back to the upper portion of our abdomen, below the rib cage, back to the heart, and now we will move it up to the neck, the junction of the neck, where the neck meets the shoulder, and we'll turn our head to the right. Next, we'll take our hand and place it across our forehead. Thumb on one side, fingers on the other, holding your temple, and we'll bend our head down as much as we can while it's still comfortable. Then we'll take our hand, place it at the back of our head, and raise our head as if we are looking upwards. But we'll have our eyes closed when we do this. And last but not the least, we'll stretch our palm and let the center of our palm touch the fontanelle bone at the top of your head. This is called the crown chakra or the Sahasrara. This is the area that was soft when you were a baby, or if you look in little children, it's usually soft. We're going to put pressure there and gently massage it in the clockwise direction. If you notice, my skin's moving, not my hand or my hair or my head. So you're just massaging that skin area. Now, this is just me showing you what the positions are, and now Soumya will lead us to this exercise. And remember, she's going to use affirmations and introspective questions to help us go deeper inside. Good? Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to put that in the chat window, and we will answer them as we go along, because we want you to really enjoy this experience. Thank you. Over to Soumya.
Let's sit back. Let's sit back, relax, and put both our hands on our laps with the palm facing upwards. And let's gently close our eyes. Our left hand will remain on our lap, and the right hand we will place on different parts of our body on the left side. You can refer to the slide if there's any confusion. It's a nourishing and a motherly energy, so we will refer to her as Mother. So let's start by placing our right hand on our heart on the left side. And here, inside ourselves, we don't have to say it out loud. We can ask a question. Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I the spirit? Now let's take our right hand to the upper abdomen, just below our rib cage on the left side. And here we can ask a question. Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Now let's take our hand to the lower abdomen on the left side. And here we can say, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Now we will take our hand back to our upper abdomen. Here, with full confidence, we will say, Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Now we can bring our hand back on our heart on the left side. Here, with full confidence in ourselves, we can say, Mother, I am the Spirit. Mother, I am the Spirit. Mother, I am the Spirit. Now we can move our right hand to the left shoulder where the neck joint is. Place our hand there and tilt our head slightly to the right. Here we can ask, Mother, I am not guilty. 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 Now let's take our right hand on our forehead across. Here, without thinking of anyone or any situation, we have to say with full confidence, Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I forgive. Now let's take our right hand to the back of our head and allow your head to rest on your hand and push back your head. Here we have to ask for forgiveness. So we can say, Mother, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong. Mother, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong. Mother, please forgive me. Now let's take our hand to the top of our head and place the center of our palm on the fontanelle bone area. We will rotate this 7 times in a clockwise direction, just the skin of the scalp, not the entire head. And with the desire, let's say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me the experience of true meditation. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Now take your hand a few inches above your head and see if you feel any cool or a warm breeze or any tingling sensations. Just a few inches above the head. Now we can bring our right hand back and do the same with our left hand, just a few inches above the head, and see if you feel any cool or a warm breeze or any tingling sensations. Now bring your hand back to your lap, and staying in this state, let's continue to meditate with our eyes closed for a few more minutes, listening to some music.
Now gently open your eyes. And wherever you're seated, if you're on a chair, sitting down, in front of your computer, just look straight ahead and try to do this without thinking. Just watch, witness, see life without thoughts. Are you able to do it? These are the beginnings of this experience where you will feel glimpses, you'll taste that beautiful silence that comes from being thoughtless, yet aware. One more question for you guys. As you went through that exercise, did you feel any kind of coolness, warmth, or tingling sensations? Well, why don't we do this? Why don't you put it down in the comments of what you felt on your hands or at the top of your head when you placed your hand a few inches above. What were you feeling? Any tingling sensations, coolness, warmth? Basically, what you feel as part of this exercise is your light getting switched on. The energy system I talked about, you'll start to feel on your skin, on your fingertips, the signals that come that tell you the state of your inner system, your inner being. And next week, we will teach you how to balance this, how to diagnose yourself, be your own guru, so to speak. Now, I want to jump into a session, an important technique I wanted to take away from this session. If anything you take from this class, take this technique and actually try this out. It's a powerful technique and it ended up being life-changing for me. Back in my college days, I used to have sleeping problems, very insomnia, sleeping late, unable to get sleep, unable to sleep peacefully, right? Eventually, it starts to affect you, how you perform the day after. It starts to affect your personality, your irritability goes up, right? The first day I learned how to foot soak, the first night I actually tried it, I slept like a baby and it was amazing. I had not slept like that for years. So as you think about what you're going to learn today, take this technique, go try this out at home. It can help you detox every day. It take away all the stresses and strains you've accumulated through the day. And most importantly, it helps you sleep like a baby. And you will really enjoy it. Without much further ado, I will pass this on to an audio visual that actually teaches you how to do the foot soak. And if you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the chat and we will answer them as we go along. But sit back, relax and watch this video. It's very slowly describes how to do the foot soak.
Can greatly enhance the quality of your meditations. It tends to be most effective when performed last thing in the evening, right before going to bed. To prepare for a foot soak, pour a wide bowl or a tub of cool or comfortably warm water, enough to cover your feet up to your ankles. Place approximately 2 tablespoons of coarse salt in a cup beside you. You will also need a jug of water and a towel to wipe your feet after the foot soaking is complete. Pour the salt into the tub of water. Place your feet in the tub. Sit comfortably on a chair, hands on your lap, palms up. Raise your inner energy 3 times. The first time, tying 1 knot. The second time, 2 knots. And the third time, 3 knots over the top of the head. Then form a shield of protection by moving your hand up over your side, over the top of the head, and down the opposite side. Repeat this 7 times. Close your eyes. Focus your attention on the top of your head. With pure desire from your heart, ask, Energy within, please grant me the state of meditation. Remain in this state for 10 to 15 minutes. When you are ready to conclude your meditation, raise your inner energy and form a shield of protection like at the start of the foot soak. All our subtle energy centers are made of the 5 natural elements: air, earth, water, fire, and ether. The foot soaking technique uses the water element to cleanse our energy centers and remove any imbalances in them. While foot soaking is recommended in the evening or night, it may also be performed at any time during the day. Now, use the clean water from the jug to rinse your feet. Dry your feet. Flush the water and wash your hands.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us back. How was that? Did you enjoy that? Now, it might look a little complicated, but it's not really. It's using the elements, the natural elements, water, salt, to actually do a personal detox every day. How powerful is that? From the comfort of your home, just like you're doing today. Now, remember, I said it's powerful. So try this at home. Learn how to do it. The more you do it, it becomes very easy. And the instructor there was actually Melanie Rothenberg from upstate New York. And she, just like me, teaches this meditation in upstate New York. And there are many of us, like me and Melanie, who are teaching this across America. So there are probably meetups, Zoom meetings, things you can do online in your local area after you finish up this 3-week course. Now, I want to talk about what you do back at home. This is your homework, guys. just indulge me and go actually do it. All I need is you to take some personal time off, 10 to 15 minutes every day. Find a quiet corner, relax, and just like we did yesterday, find that time to meditate and find balance, right? So in those minutes, you can do a little bit of the breathing we did in the beginning, get into silence, or you can actually do a simpler meditation technique that we're going to send you all via email, especially those who registered. If you haven't, go back and register and make sure we include you in it. And as a stretch goal, just before you go to sleep or in the evening after your work day, do the foot soak. And we'll send you the link to the video as well. If anything you take from this, the foot soak, right, you will find a dramatic difference in your meditation the next day, as well as in how restful your sleep is on that night. Secondly, I want to talk about, we're offering personalized sessions on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. For those of you who can join, this will be a Zoom meeting that's hosted by instructors just like me, where you get a smaller group, you get to ask questions, you get to get feedback, which is not possible in a YouTube live event. I would say if you're one of those people who wants to learn more, or one of those people who want to accelerate their journey, take advantage of that. Because that way it gives you momentum in terms of building that meditation practice. I promise you, if you meditate 3 to 4 times a week before next Saturday's session, you will again start to see dramatic improvements in that silence, and you'll enjoy the future sessions more, even better. Right? Make sense? Okay, cool. What is the next session? Next session, Saturday, 14th of November, same time, same location, same channel, but we'll probably have a different live event link for you. And what we're going to cover there is some pretty interesting stuff. If you can get that slide there. I wanted to share, we're going to talk about the benefits of this meditation in managing the extremes of our personality. It's about balance. There is a yin and a yang to our personality, and we will learn how to balance those two channels in our daily life, and we will teach you that as the everyday meditation technique that you'll do going forward. And that one's very important because that's the one you'll be doing for a long time if you're like me and take to meditation as a lifestyle practice. Week 3 coming up is very interesting one. I love music, especially classical music, both Western and Eastern, as well as Indian. So we will have a mix for you. We will have vocal performances. We'll have a guided meditation that actually uses musical notes. And we will have conversations with people who are musicians, but also who are meditators, and how it influences the way they look at their life and how it inspires them to be more creative. Again, these are all fantastic things that you can take back home. Watch out for those emails. I just want to pause a little bit here and see if we had any questions from the audience. Either type it in or, pass it on to folks, or respond back in emails with us. If we're not able to get to your question via this live session, we will get to it via email. We want you to get started on this journey and enjoy it as much as we did. Okay, so the questions are going to pop up. If I can see them on the screen there. How much time should we spend meditating every day? So, like I said, try to get 15 minutes. In the beginning, it's going to be very hard. It's so surprising. We have so much time in the world, but time for ourselves is challenging, even in this COVID-related situations when we're in our home, right? So finding that time is important. 15 minutes is good for the beginning. I would say try to do it earlier in the day, early parts of the day, as soon as you wake up, get fresh. And if you want to go a bit longer, when you start enjoying it, you'll go a bit longer. Trust me, this is like an energy boost. The more you get that silence, the more energetic, joyous you'll feel for the rest of the day. I was talking to a colleague of mine, he talked about cold showers giving him that zeal. This is that and 10 times plus. So try it out, okay? Next question. How do I meditate at home? Okay, this one is simple. Like, especially if you're starting out, find that quiet corner, find a place that you use for meditation every day. Don't change it. Find a place where you can play some music or guided session on YouTube or other audio resources we're going to give you, so that you can easily play it without getting distracted. Now, digital devices are very distracting, right? Use them, ride the horse, as they say. You use the tool, but don't let it overwhelm you. So use it to support your meditation journey, but not as the anchor for your meditation journey. And, over time, we will tell you how to set up your meditation area. There are tips and tricks we can teach you to do it, which will be very useful. But in the beginning, I think because the barrier to doing it is going to be a little high, I would encourage you to keep it as simple as possible. What's the next question? Where can I get a foot-soaked tub? I use dishpans, guys. Target, Walmart, they all have them. Very cheap, $2, $3. Use a dishpan, very simple. And when we send the video, watch it again. Salt, dishpan for the foot-soaked bowl, a little towel, and a little mug. That's all you need every day. Detox, replenish, detox, replenish. We already talked about how many times we should meditate. Oh, this is a good one. Forgiveness is hard. Is it really needed? This one is a tough one, right? If you do not forgive and let go, it's going to be a major obstacle to finding that silence. In extreme cases, it consumes us. It changes who we are as a person. And that's the greatest disservice you'll be doing to yourself. If you let what somebody else has done change who you are. So in Sahaja Yoga, we teach you to actually forgive. It's a weapon. It's a tool you can do to just let go. Because what do you do when you forgive? You don't really do anything. You just let go, do you? In fact, you relieve yourself. You unburden yourself. And Shrimati says it very beautifully. She talks about giving that person over, all that anger over to the universe to take care of. Because you don't want it to influence you, affect you. And believe me, once you figure out this tool, how it helps you become more resilient, more secure, more confident personality, it's a big deal. I once was teaching a class when someone asked me if somebody killed somebody in their family. This person was going through a traumatic incident. Would I still have to forgive that person? Well, I know in that sort of scenario, it's going to be really tough, right? But trust me, in Sahaja Yoga, we're going to teach you techniques that will help you actually do that. Yes, I'm not kidding. I'm confident enough in our ability to do this. And I've seen it in my own life, growing up as a child of a single mom who took a long time to forgive his father, right? I actually used it to change my outlook on my perspective towards life. And I know what I'm talking about. So you can do it too. So there's going to be tools, techniques. We're going to teach you. We're going to send you emails. Watch them and save this time for next week, next Saturday, when we are going to do this. Oh, one more question popped up. Once proficient, can we go into thoughtless awareness anytime? Now, the simple answer is yes. But let me talk to you about the journey to get there. First, as I explained, if you sit for 15 minutes, you're going to experience a few seconds, a few minutes of silence at a time. When I say silence, I mean that state of thoughtless awareness. Slowly, you'll expand that state, right? You'll feel it more and more. More of the 15 minutes will be snippets of that silence. Now, you'll start to express that silence outside. When you go to your work, when you do go about daily chores, you'll still start to feel that silence and that peaceful state manifest. I noticed every time I read the news, I lose that silent state, right? But like there are triggers that takes us out of balance, right? We'll find that, we'll notice that, and we will figure that out. So it's more important to grow it as you go along than try to get to it one point. And yes, the simple answer is it will become who you are. And that's a beautiful personality. You always had it, but you never could express. How do we control our attention? First, you start by doing it in your meditation, right? Because essentially, what you're tracking is your attention. Remember that graph I showed you? The baseline is your attention, and the thoughts come, consume your attention, and go away from your attention. When you elongate that gap called the vilamba in your attention, your attention becomes stronger and more powerful, and then it manifests in other aspects of your life. Shimataji talks about this penetrating attention that sees a problem, that's able to go to the root of it and actually find the solution to it. You will get to that state through the practice of Sahaja Yoga. So looks like that's all we had in terms of questions. There seem to be many more in the chat columns. We will get to them, answer them. Thank you so much for taking your precious time, joining us on this journey. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday. And if you want to try one of those optional guided meditation sessions, I would also try and join the Zoom meetings on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. And goodbye from all of us here. See you next week.